friends! So at the summer camp that I went to when I was a kid, you would sign up for a morning activity. They had things like canoeing or swimming or field sports, which I never did, and then things like arts and crafts and theater performance, for which I was more the target demographic. I'm what you would call an indoor kid. We slept in cabins at camp, but the first year that I was old enough to do the overnight outdoor camping trip, I got out there, unrolled my sleeping bag under the stars, and promptly asked to go back where all of the wimps that were still sleeping inside were staying. So it was thoughtful of them to provide activities for those of us who you would call soft. But I'm a deep contrarian. If you expect me to do one thing, I want to do the exact opposite. So I started signing up for activities that no one expected me to take. Oh, you think I'm small, weak, and girly? Well, that's where you're wrong. I'm tough as fuck. The first year, I signed up for archery because what's tougher than an old-timey weapon? First day was about learning the basics, how to hold the bow, how to draw it, how to aim. Now, aiming wasn't my problem. I just wasn't actually strong enough to like draw it back properly, so I ended up with a lot of arrows in the dirt. The counselor tried to give me a few pointers at first, but like quickly gave up on me. The end of the week was an archery competition to see who was the best shot. And I'd been kind of an embarrassment all week, so I wanted so badly to show up and just pull some Robin Hood shit. 3 perfect bullseyes, just one arrow splitting the next. But in my 3 turns, it went something like this. Arrow hitting the ground, arrow bouncing off the board and hitting the ground, and an arrow just ever so slightly hitting like the outskirts of the board. I don't know if you know the specific shame of being praised for something that you know is mediocrity, but the cheer that I got for getting an actual arrow like sort of nearby the actual target didn't feel like a victory. So maybe archery wasn't my sport. The next year I signed up for outdoor living skills, where I learned to build a fire and cook food over it and set up a tent and find my direction while hiking. Out of all those things, the only thing that I still remember is how to build a fire. I don't know if I was dead weight in all those other exercises, but I do know that when the apocalypse comes and we need to form alliances for like who's gonna hunt for food, who's gonna build shelter, who's gonna fight off oncoming attackers, I've got fire covered. By year 3, I signed up for arts and crafts, because there's a time to shatter people's expectations and a time to play to your strengths. Always wanting to defy what people expect of me has led me to more than my fair share of questionable, even embarrassing choices. I may never be good at archery, but hey, at least I found that out. It's just because I wanted people to imagine me more complexly, because I wanted to contain multitudes, that I've done things like teach ballet or work on a campaign or dye my hair blue or start making YouTube videos. So who's to say those multitudes shouldn't also include building a fire? In the comments, tell me about a thing that you've done or want to do that other people might not expect of you. If you like this video, you can subscribe. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet at It's Radish Time, and I will see you next week. Bye!